Keep your texts and emails coming in. 81089 is where we live. Email the show for free. Talksport.co.uk. Call us 08717 223344, or you can tweet us at MickeyGray33, or you can tweet me at AndyGoldstein05. England 1, Ukraine 0. Every time I say it, it sounds like a good result. But I wonder what Dr. Octagon thought of tonight's game.
Dr. Octagon, Dr. Octagon, Dr. Octagon is here.
Good evening, Noel Gallagher.
All right, man.
How are you, Noel Gallagher?
I'm very well, Andy Goldstein.
What a game of football. Hey, England played it to feet. They looked different class. They looked like a team that could go on all the way. I mean, they were just amazing, weren't they?
Riveting. I was glued to my chair. It was riveting. It was almost like watching the Scottish Third Division pre-season match.
Yeah. It was poor, wasn't it? I don't really know where to begin as to why. Why was it so poor, Noel?
I don't know, but you got to. I mean, you know, in tournament football, a win's a win, and you know, you go to the next round, and anything could happen. But if you think that Ukraine were possibly, from that display tonight, one of the worst teams you'd ever see, and England led for 70 minutes to do anything in the match, doesn't really say much, does it? It's the old adage, you can't keep the ball to save their lives. And Rooney was blowing after about 20 minutes, but they won it, you know what I mean? And it's kind of, it looks like they're getting a bit of luck for once in the tournament.
They won it, even though in theory it finished 1-1. Well,
you've got to ask yourself, what's that fifth official doing that stands behind the net? If he can't see that's over the line from 4 yards,
I couldn't believe it.
What's he supposed to be doing?
I couldn't believe it. No, it was as if he was watching the game rather than watching where the ball was. I mean, it was clearly over the line.
Well, I've seen it. I've seen it on the replay. He's actually looking. He's actually looking, and he's like, I don't know. I mean, you know, I'm glad he didn't give it, because that's the kind of thing that usually goes against things.
Yeah, exactly.
But, you know, old Sepp Blatter will be changing his tune now. England have got away with one, won't it?
yeah, that goal line technology will be in for the next round. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Let's look at the lineup. Joe Hart in goal, the back four we know. Johnson, Terry and Lescott, Ashley Cole. That was a no-brainer. Milner and Gerrard, Parker and Young, and Rooney came in, obviously, and Welbeck as well, so Carroll wasn't there. Before the game started, what was your mood? What was your view as to how this team could perform?
I thought they'd do all right. I think Ashley Young looks better out wide than he does in the middle, because the ball he put in for Rooney fluffed his header was incredible.
Yeah, it was a great ball.
But I think it looked all right, although it still seems to lack any kind of explosive pace anywhere. But it looked kind of as good as it gets. Do you know what I mean?
Well, my worry is we can't improve it. That's the problem I've got with the team. We've nicked another victory, and we played, you know, possibly as poor as a side can play to actually win a game. And there's nothing on the bench or nothing in the starting 11 that makes me think, you know, on their day we can beat a team like Italy.
I don't think that England can improve on that. It doesn't look like it anyway. They can only change the system slightly and play Andy Carroll up front and go, you know, for the Stoke City approach. Other than that, you know, the quality is now going to step up tenfold when you play Italy, because really, you know, with all the best will in the world, Ukraine and Sweden, they're not great. The Italians, Pirlo, arguably the best midfielder in the tournament so far. You know, they've got strikers that would have destroyed England there tonight. Destroyed England tonight. They've got defenders. Rooney wouldn't have got a kick tonight with Italian defenders. So it's a massive shout for England on Sunday. Massive.
We're not exactly frightening the lives out of them, Noel, are we? I mean, like you said there, I think the only thing we can really do is introduce a bit of pace, because we've got to start getting behind the back four of where we're playing against, obviously, the Italians now. Because in the first three games, we haven't really done that other than 20 minutes against the Swedes.
Yeah, and I know, but these Italians, they are expert defenders.
Yeah, I agree with you.
They're not just thrown together on the training field and like, you play there, and we'll see how it goes. They invented this kind of thing, you know what I mean? So they will have looked at the possibility of facing England. Don't you worry about that. But I could see that game going to penalties. I could see it being a grind. And if for once, and as long as I can remember, England have started getting the breaks in tournaments, you know, you would back England in a penalty shootout now. Do you know what I mean?
What did you make?
But as for, you know, England going and setting the tournament alight, forget that.
What did you make of Wayne Rooney tonight?
It looked like he's not played for a month.
Well, he hasn't. That's the problem.
I did like his hair though.
What, the shaved at the sides and then leave the top long?
Yeah, when they were singing the national anthem, it was 3 different colours.
I think there's something wrong with your telly in Poland.
It was this is HD here, mate. It was mousy brown. It was a little bit of ginger, a tiny bit of blonde. It was
Was that the highlight of Rooney tonight for you?
It was the highlight of the national anthem, that's for sure.
But it's obviously hasn't played for a month, isn't it? That match, that lack of match fitness. I suppose the good thing about it is that game now that's out the way. We've got Rooney for the next match, which is Italy, so he'll certainly be better for that one. And the longer England, if they do progress into the better he should get.
Yeah, I mean, you look when you see the teams on the TV screen before they come out, it looks better with him in it. Do you know what I mean? And it must look better on the opposition's wall in the dressing room if he's in it. You know what I mean? Because they've got to think about him. Because I mean, if he plays to half his ability, he's better than anybody else. You know what I mean? But that game tonight didn't tell us anything about England that we don't already know.
When I don't know if you've seen the quarter-final lineup. It's obviously Czech against Portugal, Spain, France, and then Germany, Greece, England, Italy. So if we do beat Italy on penalties, I think that's the only way we're going to beat them on Sunday, then we have the winners of Germany, Greece. I mean, it's mapped out quite nicely, isn't it? I mean,
imagine England-Greece as a game of football. Imagine that.
That'd be a cracker, wouldn't it? It's a non-entity, that.
I'll take that for the semi-finals of the Euro, wouldn't you?
I thought you think I'd watch it.
Oh, you would. You'd watch it on your HD telly.
I don't even think I'd watch it.
Well, let me ask you this then, Noel. If you were the manager, if you were in the dressing room before the next game against Italy, what are you going to tell the 11 guys that are going to take to the field to do differently that they did tonight?
I don't think Roy Hodgson's teams do anything different. I think he's had teams played the same way his entire career, hasn't he? I don't think it's solid organisation. You know, let's hope against hope we go one up and leave it at that. You know, I don't really think that Roy's going to kind of, have his teams do anything unorthodox.
Do you think
I prefer England to be chasing the game. That England came alive the other night when they were down against the Swedes.
You think he'll change the team, Noel?
I think he might. I think he might start Carroll.
I was just thinking that myself. Yeah, I thought he finished the game sharp. I thought
with Rooney?
Yeah, I thought Welbeck struggled this evening. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he might. He'd be as well to start Carroll. I think against the Italians, it would give Rooney more space to operate. I think the Italians are well used to playing with forwards like Welbeck, but what's his name?
Just that aerial threat. I think if we get that aerial threat, it just gives us something different to try and do in the game. Because this evening there was just nothing, was there, going forward really?
No, well, I mean, I think Ashley Young tonight, when he's not busy trying to win free kicks, he puts a decent cross into the box, and I think Carroll on the end of that is going to be better than Welbeck. You know what I mean? I go back to what I keep saying. England seem to be getting the breaks here, and that's the one thing that England teams in the previous tournaments have always lacked.
Let me get your view. Let me get your view on a few other players that played tonight. Obviously, Gerrard got man of the match. His best England performance for a long time. You think?
It's the best I've ever seen him play. I think, isn't it ironic that the debate about him and Lampard, blah 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 blah, it just goes to show when he's the main man, he plays like the main man. Do you know what I mean? I thought he was great. I mean, it's no coincidence that he's had a hand in nearly all England's goals so far, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I think he's been brilliant. He looks like, he's taking the free kicks. He's dictating the play. He's seeing Scott Parker. So I think he's been magnificent.
Ashley Cole, how do you think he played tonight? I thought he was outstanding.
He's always great. He's always great. He's one of the the 3 or 4 world-class players we've got. He's brilliant.
And one of your fellas, Milner?
Well, James, he gets a bit of stick because he's not, flash, but show me another working player in that team than him. I guarantee you we'll start against Italy.
Well, he's obviously a favourite, isn't he, of Hodgson's? I've not been convinced with him yet. I just thought when they were attacking down the left side with Johnson and Milner, I just thought England looked so vulnerable with those two on the right. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's in the team to give the team anything going forward. I think he's in the team because he genuinely could run all night, and he can pick a cross out. There was one towards the end what really nearly got on the end of, but I think he'll start. I think he has to start because he gets up and down.
Okay. Mr. Gallagher, that's sadly all we've got time for tonight. Before we let you go, England's next game obviously Sunday night. Now we're not on air. Sportsbar's not on air on Sunday, so we'll just get now a generic. I'll ask you a generic question, and we'll pretend this bit doesn't go out. And so Noel, what a game of football tonight on Sunday, eh? What did you make of it, Noel?
It was maybe the greatest game I've ever seen in my entire life. Or it may have been the worst game I've ever seen. I like it.
Who stood out for you?
Pele. Cruyff, Maradona.
Okay.
And
we're going to struggle doing this one.
Yeah.
I thought Platini was amazing.
Yeah.
Mr. Gallagher, you're in Poland now. Where's next on the tour? Where are you off to next?
I've got a gig in Gdansk tomorrow night, and then I am off to... Do you know what? I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Hey, that beer's strong over there. I had a taste of it.
Yeah, that's probably for a couple of reasons you can't tell us as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Listen, I tell you what. You know what?
Go on.
Poland's nice.
You sound surprised though.
Yeah, I am. I can't understand why they all come live in England. It's all right over here. Honestly. I might move here.
Yeah, I thought Kiev was beautiful.
I think we should end the conversation off with our usual question. Are you big in Poland, Noel?
We'll find out tomorrow, won't we?
No, you're a star as always. Quick prediction for the game Sunday. What's the score going to be?
I can see it being a draw and going to penalties.
Okay.
I can see England jamming it. I think there's, I just think there's something about England getting the breaks here because really they should have gone outside. There was a blatant goal, and there was a few times when they got around the back of England. But I'm going to go for England to go through on penalties.
Okay. Well, if that happens, hopefully, fingers crossed, the next time we talk to you about England will be after they play Greece in the semis on the 28th of June. I look forward to speaking to you then, Noel Gallagher.
All right, man.
Thanks, pal. See you soon. Cheers, mate.
Bye.